In the rugged mountains of Appalachia during the 1800s, survival depended on creativity, patience, and a deep understanding of the land. One of the most fascinating foods that emerged from this lifestyle was something known as leather britches. Despite the unusual name, this dish wasn't made from leather at all. Instead, it referred to a traditional method of preserving green beans so families could enjoy them throughout the long, harsh winters. During the 19th century, refrigeration simply didn't exist for rural families. Every bit of food that was harvested in summer needed to last months, sometimes until the next growing season. Appalachian families developed several preservation techniques like salting, smoking, pickling, and drying. Among these, drying green beans became one of the most practical solutions. The beans used for leather britches were usually string beans harvested fresh from the garden in late summer. Women and children often sat on the porch stringing the beans together with needle and thread, forming long strands that sometimes stretched several feet. These strands were then hung in warm, airy places, such as attic rafters, porch beams, or kitchen ceilings. Over time, the beans slowly shriveled and dried out completely. As they dried, they became tough, wrinkled, and darkened in color, looking somewhat like worn leather pants, which is exactly where the name leather britches came from. Britches was an old-fashioned word for trousers, so the name simply described their leathery appearance. Once fully dried, the beans could be stored for months without spoiling. This was incredibly valuable for families living in isolated mountain communities where winter travel was difficult and food supplies were limited. When winter finally arrived, the dried beans would be brought down from storage and prepared for cooking, but before they could be eaten, they needed to be rehydrated. The beans were usually soaked in water for several hours or overnight, allowing them to soften and regain some of their original texture. Cooking leather britches was a slow process. The beans were placed in a large pot with fresh water, sometimes along with a small piece of salt pork, bacon, or ham hock if the family had it available. The pot would then simmer slowly on the stove for hours. As the beans cooked, they absorbed the smoky, savory flavor of the meat and became tender again. The broth thickened slightly and developed a deep, earthy flavor that many Appalachian families still remember fondly today. In many homes, leather britches were served alongside cornbread, fried potatoes, or simple biscuits. These humble meals were filling, nourishing, and comforting during the cold months. Even today, leather britches remain a symbol of Appalachian ingenuity and resilience. What began as a practical preservation method eventually became a cherished culinary tradition passed down through generations. Long before supermarkets and refrigeration changed the way people stored food, families in the Appalachian Mountains relied heavily on traditional preservation techniques. One of the most memorable examples from the 1800s is the preparation of leather britches, a unique dried bean dish that played an important role in mountain survival. During the summer months, Appalachian gardens were filled with fresh vegetables, especially green beans. These beans grew abundantly and were easy to harvest, but the challenge was preserving them for the long winter ahead, because canning was not yet widely practiced in the early 1800s. Drying vegetables became the most reliable method of storage. Green beans were especially suited for drying because they held their shape well and could be rehydrated later for cooking. The process of making leather britches often became a social activity. Families gathered on porches or around the kitchen table to string the beans together. Using a needle and thread, each bean was pierced and added to a long strand, creating something that looked almost like a necklace of beans. Once several strands were completed, they were hung in warm, well-ventilated places. Kitchens, attics, and covered porches were perfect spots where air could circulate and slowly remove moisture from the beans. Over several days or weeks, the beans shriveled and hardened. Their color darkened from bright green to deep brown, and their texture became stiff and leathery. This transformation gave rise to their unusual name. The term leather britches referred to the beans' resemblance to old leather trousers once they were fully dried. While the name might sound strange to modern ears, it perfectly described their appearance. When winter came and fresh vegetables were no longer available, families relied heavily on these preserved beans. Before cooking, the dried beans were soaked in water to soften them. The traditional cooking method involved simmering the beans slowly with pork fat or smoked meat. A ham hock, salt pork, or bacon piece was often added to the pot to provide flavor and richness. As the beans cooked, they absorbed the smoky flavors and softened into a hearty, flavorful dish. The broth itself became thick and savory, making it perfect for soaking up with homemade cornbread. For many Appalachian families, leather britches represented more than just food. They were a reminder of the resourcefulness required to survive in the mountains and the traditions that held communities together. Today, while modern preservation methods are common, some families still make leather britches the old-fashioned way to keep this historic Appalachian tradition alive. In the isolated mountain communities of Appalachia during the 1800s, every harvest mattered. Families depended on their gardens not just for summer meals, but for survival through the long winters. Among the many preservation methods used during this time, the creation of leather britches stands out as one of the most fascinating. Leather britches were simply dried green beans, but the process and tradition behind them made them unique. Before refrigeration, preserving food was essential. Fresh vegetables could spoil quickly, so drying became one of the most dependable ways to store food. Green beans were especially popular for drying because they were plentiful in Appalachian gardens. Once harvested, the beans were cleaned and prepared for the drying process. The first step involved threading the beans together using a needle and strong thread. Each bean was carefully pierced and slid down the thread until a long chain formed. Some strands could be several feet long. These strands were then hung in warm areas where air circulated freely. Over time, the beans slowly lost their moisture and became wrinkled and tough. As the beans dried, their color changed from green to a darker brown shade. Their texture became stiff and leathery, which inspired the name leather britches. Although the name might sound unappetizing, the flavor of these beans once cooked was rich and satisfying. The drying process concentrated their natural flavor, giving them a deep, earthy taste. When winter arrived, the dried beans were taken down from storage and prepared for cooking. Before being added to a pot, they were usually soaked in water to help restore some of their softness. After soaking, the beans were placed in a large pot with fresh water. A piece of smoked meat like ham, hock, or bacon was often added for flavor. The beans were then simmered slowly for hours. This long cooking time allowed them to soften completely and absorb the savory flavors of the meat. The finished dish was hearty and comforting, perfect for cold winter evenings. Leather britches were commonly served with cornbread, fried potatoes, or simple biscuits. For Appalachian families, this humble dish was more than just a meal. It represented tradition, resilience, and the ability to make the most of what the land provided. Life in the Appalachian Mountains during the 1800s required careful planning and resourcefulness. Winters could be long and unforgiving, and fresh vegetables were impossible to grow once the cold weather arrived. To prepare for these months, families preserved as much food as possible during the summer harvest. One of the most traditional foods preserved during this time was known as leather britches. This unusual name referred to dried green beans that had been carefully prepared and stored for winter use. Green beans were a staple crop in Appalachian gardens. They grew well in the mountain climate and produced large harvests throughout the summer. Once the beans were picked, families began the process of turning them into leather breeches. The beans were washed and trimmed before being threaded onto long strings using a needle. This method created long strands of beans that could be hung from kitchen ceilings, porch beams, or attic rafters. The warm air circulating through these spaces slowly dried the beans. Over time, the beans shrank and darkened. Their surface became wrinkled and leathery, giving them an appearance similar to old leather clothing. The term breeches was a common word for trousers in the 1800s, so the name leather breeches simply described how the dried beans looked. Once completely dry, the beans could be stored safely for months. This made them an incredibly valuable food source during winter. When it came time to cook them, the dried beans first needed to be soaked. This step helped soften them and prepare them for cooking. After soaking, they were placed in a large pot with water and usually some form of preserved meat such as salt pork or ham. The pot was then simmered slowly for several hours. This allowed the beans to become tender while absorbing the rich smoky flavors from the meat. The resulting dish was deeply flavorful and filling. For many Appalachian families, a pot of leather breeches and a pan of cornbread made the perfect winter meal. Even today, this historic dish continues to be remembered as an important part of Appalachian food heritage. Among the many fascinating foods that emerged from 19th century Appalachian culture, leather breeches remain one of the most memorable. While the name may sound unusual, it reflects a clever preservation technique that allowed mountain families to enjoy vegetables long after the growing season ended. During the 1800s, Appalachian communities were often isolated from large towns and markets. Families relied heavily on their own gardens and livestock for food. Because fresh vegetables could not be grown in winter, preserving the summer harvest became a necessity. Drying was one of the oldest and most effective preservation methods. Green beans were ideal for this process. They were abundant, easy to harvest, and held their flavor well when dried. To create leather breeches, freshly picked beans were first washed and trimmed. Then, using a needle and thread, each bean was strung onto a long line. The strings of beans were hung in warm, dry places where air could circulate freely. Over several days or weeks, the beans slowly dried out. As they dried, their texture changed dramatically. The beans shrank, darkened, and developed a leathery surface. This distinctive appearance led to their colorful name leather breeches. When winter arrived, the dried beans were taken down and prepared for cooking. Because they were very tough, they needed to be soaked in water before cooking. Once softened, the beans were placed into a pot with fresh water and usually some type of preserved pork for flavor. The beans simmered slowly on the stove for hours. During this time, they absorbed the smoky flavor of the meat and softened into a hearty dish. Leather breeches were often served with traditional Appalachian sides like cornbread, biscuits, or fried potatoes. Though simple, this meal provided warmth and nourishment during cold mountain winters. Today, leather breeches remain a fascinating reminder of how earlier generations preserved food and made the most of what nature provided.